So good morning and welcome. It's day 3 of the Captain's Blog, and you join us here at a very misty Coltishall outside the King's Head, and rising sun. The peace, the mist, broken only by the Webestro hot air heating. So, we're not feeling very well today, so I'm not sure how much sort of talking, blogging I'm going to be able to do. Sheila has a particularly bad cough and throat and was up most of the night. I too was. So we've struggled to get up and ready. It is 3 minutes past 8 in the morning. When we've originally got up, this mist was not nearly as thick. It seems to sort of be coming and going a little bit. But the plan currently is to head downstream to Wroxham, more up. Obviously we need to get the bridge pilot through, but more up and pop into Wroxham maybe today, but maybe not do as much actual sort of cruising around than otherwise you might, because of just how we feel and just all the time. But this has been a very peaceful, nice mooring. Once the customers have left the pub, the cars have driven off and the doors slamming etc. have gone, it's very quiet, and that road that can be quite busy during the day quietens right down, and hardly any cars on it in the evening. And you've got this wonderful green here. This is a free 24-hour BA mooring, but you can also moor here, which is the pub's property. And the King's Head does breakfast between 8 and 10 AM because it's also offers accommodation, so obviously has to provide guests breakfast, and it also means you can pop in there for breakfast, which I did think about, but feeling as we do, we've just about managed a coffee. It's also interesting that this far up on the viewer, you can, I'll just try and show you. The current just gently going out. Very slow up here, but of course down at Yarmouth this will be a torrent of water going out. So anyway, that's the little update for you. As I say, today may not get so much sort of footage and talking and activity as we have been, just because of how we're feeling. But right now it's time to get the engine warmed up and cast off. So as you can see, we're continuing our progress ever closer through the fog towards Wroxham. The real reason why I just wanted to sort of have a little chat as we're going along here is this is not a bylaw, it's not a requirement of the rivers at all, but it's something I do when I'm helming in these sort of conditions, and that's letting other people that you don't know are there, because they could be, they're probably not, but it could be a canoeist or another boater or a sailing boat or somebody, that you are there. So in this instance it's a murky, chilly old day, so the canopy's up, but I've got a window open so I can hear, because the audio senses are heightened in these sort of conditions. And then every 2 minutes I sound my horn for one prolonged blast. And that means that in 2 minutes, at sort of 4 miles an hour, on a twisty river like this, you're probably going to be heard. Now, because it depends how effective your horn is and where it is and so on and so forth. But you see, for example, now we come around this corner, really thick fog. Can't see probably more than about, I don't know, 20 metres in front of us. And there could be another boat coming through that, and, you know, a little bit disorientated in the mist, might be not on the right side of the river kind of thing. So just coming up now, 10 more seconds, and you've got to keep it at 2 minutes in case someone's heard it and thinks, what was that, knows what you're doing, and then he's able to you know, time the blasts. Then I've been able to let anybody out there know that there's somebody here. Now if you're a sailing boat, you want to do that followed by 2 short blasts if you're underway. Because I'm a plonker, you'll notice Sheila here is having some chicken noodles. The last time I did noodles, I didn't realise you're not supposed to drain them like you are pasta. So I drained all of the soup away, removing all of the flavour and the enjoyment of them, and learnt how you serve noodles. So I'm sure Breaking Water's closed today because of all this fog. Does seem to keep forming, unusual for this time of year. So here we are, we're at Wroxham, and we're feeling a little bit better. The fog's cleared. We've been to the pharmacy, we've got some sore throat lozenges and cough medicine, and I don't know if it's the sugar in it or what, but we've suddenly perked up quite a bit. And behind me is Susan, I think, which is the mum of Stuart, and they are on this boat and came and shook my hand and had a little chat. So hello, nice to meet you. And the pilot's just coming round to take us through, so I'm behaving myself this time, and so should you, because otherwise you'll get in trouble. So he's just coming round, probably thinking, what the hell am I doing? But we're going through Wroxham Bridge, and then I'm not sure where we're going to be heading. not stopping after all. Sheila gave me the look of what for. So we're carrying on. It's also Sunday, so all the little shops.
Oh, that was the birthday thing yesterday.
Oh, that was the birthday boat yesterday.
Fine Horizon.
Fine Horizon, hello.
Yeah, there is.
Happy birthday to you. No flying ducks everywhere. That's how Trixie should look, with everything folded down.
Broadland Saturn.
Yep.
And that's how Robin looks.
And on our left hand side is the new inn.
That's a new inn. And one day I'm gonna buy that house.
Well, you can rent it.
I don't wanna
No
rent.
one wanted to buy it for 990,000. It was on the market for a couple of years. I think it looks like a scaled down sort of Spanish style villa from Los Angeles. And now Horning Ferry Marina have bought it and they're letting it out. Well, it's not gorillas in the mist, it's swans in the mist. We've just stopped off here, although Sheila's staying on board because it's too cold. And the temperature really has dropped quite dramatically because we just came into this big fog bank. So I thought, well, the ruins of St Benet's will be particularly moody and atmospheric. So I'm going to go for a walk down there and then we'll be proceeding on our way. So it's just literally a quick stop for filming. So, Southern Gem, formerly, was it Southern Horizon? Anyway, I just had a chat with the guy there, and avid watcher of the blogs, and he's chosen this from Richardson's, And if you remember on Bronze Gym I didn't have a frying pan. Well, they've got a frying pan, decent one, non-stick too. They haven't got a table. A little bit of a big thing to miss off the boat, but you know, hey ho. So just a little shout out for you. I'm aware that time's ticking on and we better get underway, and I left the heating on for Sheila though. But that little beast. Is she there? There she is. Now she's watching something. So let's get up the old River Anty.
This one? Where Trixie is now? I'm recording, yes. Where? No, is it not the one down front? No, that's not her. Trixie, where are you? Is that her? It's like we don't even know how she looks like anymore.
Well, there she is.
Oh yeah, there she is. Mistral, can you see? There's Trixie. Oh, Trixie, you'll be out soon. There, look, Mistral Legend 2. She's still in the water. Oh, Robin. Is it emotional looking at your youngest daughter? Your newborn daughter. Are we gonna moor here?
Turn around.
Yes. I thought we were gonna cook something.
So here we are, we just moored up at Ludham Bridge, turned the boat around, and it's an interesting mooring to come and watch boats go through the bridge, and all the different spectacles that are going on here. You see this just trying to pour water over my head. But the reason why I've come here is to go to the Dog Inn, so without further ado of me going on too much, we'll turn this way and proceed in that direction. So we're back underway again. We didn't actually go to the pub, we decided against it. We're going to head to our overnight destination and just basically take it easy. And Cerise Lady, a lovely Ocean 30 here, twin screw. I occupy their former mooring in the wet shed with Trixie, which isn't there because Trixie, as you saw earlier, Sheila showing you, is at Ludham Bridge boatyard, where works will be undertaken once she's brought out of the water. So yes, as I say, we're going to be heading off to where are we heading off to? Well, I'm not really sure. When am I ever sure in any blog where we're heading off to? But we're going somewhere, and we're going to moor up, and then we'll do our own thing and take it easy, do some packing, and then we'll not be very far from Herbert Woods in the morning. So I'm thinking either Womack Water, I'm thinking Thurne Dyke, that sort of area. So despite being just a weekend, and despite both me and Sheila not feeling the best, we've covered quite a bit. It goes to show you that if you don't mind cruising, we obviously left Potter High and we've been to Coltishall. We could have stopped at Horning today, the Staithe was free. We've been to Ramworth Staithe and the Maltsters and stayed overnight there. So the only place that we haven't really been is Acle and the upper reaches of the River Ran. So which we could have done now if we were heading up that way. We could have carried on cruising, not stop. So it just depends how much you want to have of shore time. So, you know, some people might ask, well, can I do all of the Broads in a short break? Yes, well, not all the Broads, but the Northern Broads in a short break. Yes, you can, very easily. My personal recommendation would be to have 4 night breaks, because they cost the same as 3 night breaks, but are usually midweek, you know, Monday to Friday, for example. I've noticed some of the short breaks now are like Tuesday to Thursday, or even Saturday to Tuesday, which is different than the old Friday to Monday model that was originally there. And can you believe, once short breaks were a bit hard to come by. You'd look in the brochure and you'd see a boat and it'd be like, oh, it's only for a week. And you know, they would be few and far between, or you might have certain boats in a class that are short break and others that weren't, because obviously the boatyards wanted to maximise the revenue they could get from the boats. So as I say, it's been an interesting day weather-wise. We've had fog, which has lifted again, but none of this lovely, well, we had a bit of sunshine and a bit of nice weather yesterday, but really and truly I'm just looking forward to some few days of actual warmth and sunshine to come, you know, not necessarily on the Broads, just generally. So once we get to the bottom of the River Ran, it'll be a left hand turn onto the Bure past St Benet's, and a left hand turn onto the River Thurne. More as it happens. So here we are at our final destination, Thurne Dyke, and we've come here because it's easy to get back to Herbert Woods in the morning, and through all of the chilly day and the fog and everything, the sun's out now, and there's a large barge further down on the starboard side, so we reversed in, first of all moored over there and then decided to move over here. So Sheila's having a little bit of a lie down just for now, taking it easy. I'm going to start packing things up and preparing the boat for the actual boat review that happens when everything is usually completely packed away. So there's quite a lot of stuff to do and find places for that, you know, we've bought that didn't come up with, like the table lamp. It's been a really nice few days from being in Yorkshire to coming away here and just spending a weekend on the water, and it's nice to moor up in such a nice quiet location and also have such nice bird song, which I don't know if the microphone's been picking up, but we'll be heading off to the pub later for our meal and some drinks. and it's been an interesting time to get back used to blogging and being on the Broads and stuff. Not quite the same as when I'm on my own maybe, but there's less and less chance now to have boats on your own, compared to old days, you know, of Richardson's and cheap and cheerful boats for, you know, a week here and a week there. Barnes Brinkcraft still do, but with Sheila having wanted to try one of these boats for many years, I thought, you know, we couldn't really pass up the opportunity. So from here at Thurne Dyke, if you've been watching, thanks very much for your company, and until next time, more as it happens.